They say, what be mine, love with myself. Our page, who say, what be mine, say, what don't kill only makes you stronger. I keep smiling, cause these lessons, no worries on me, God in my corner. This prophet's not a test, yeah, I got my best, I must confess, no worries on me. I'd rather make money than making me, the devil is a lie, get down on me. This goes deeper from a disagree. I just believe your intentions that don't have contempt for me. I'd rather walk from a bad situation and continue this beef. You got it, dog, I fight for something not for me. All I do is smile. These weird people that not living like they say they was spitting your face and it's raining. But anyway, I'm living my life in the sunshine. I look to these eyes, I'm gonna get me alright. Cause who I'm gonna hope you can tell me what's wrong. He knows I had your back. I was too smiles.
What up, people? It's your boy, the host with the most. I do not brag or boast. I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Don One. Feel free to hit the subscription button, the notification bell, share this live stream with your friends, family, as well as your followers. If you want to further support the channel, hit the join membership button. Remember, membership has its privileges. You can also, this is your option and your option only, super chat, super stickers, support the channel by any means necessary. Don Squad in the house, stand up, salute. All right. So a lot of stuff had broke since the last time, which was yesterday. I did a live stream, talked momentarily about Shannon Sharpe and the predicament that he's in. There's, my mom always said this, and it's true to its essence. There's three sides to the truth. It's your truth, their truth, and the actual truth. And yesterday, we heard the version of Shannon Sharpe's truth. I'm not here to judge Shannon Sharpe. I'm not here to tell you guys Shannon Sharpe is lying, okay? But we did hear Shannon Sharpe's, yo, what's up? How you doing? How you doing? Because I'm living swell, all right? Appreciate you coming by. Got 12 people in the building. Can y'all do me a favor? Hit the like button. Try to share this with your friends, family, as well as your followers. But anywho, back to what I was talking about. We heard Shannon Sharpe's side. We read Shannon Sharpe released a statement. He also released text messages of the alleged accuser is accusing him of, and he says he's totally innocent. All right. And I told you yesterday that there's going to be more of something dropping, which it did. Tony Bugsby is the representative of the woman who's accusing Shannon Sharpe of SA grape. Basically, they released a statement. They also released an audio recorded phone conversation. And Shannon Sharpe said some questionable things in this conversation that he has with this accuser, the lady that's accusing him. Okay, doesn't look good at all, Shannon Sharpe. And to make matters even worse, the accuser is 19 years old, and Shannon Sharpe is almost pushing 60. So let that sink in. So, optic-wise, this does not look good for Shannon Sharpe. All right? I think what he did yesterday by staying, sometimes the best thing to do is just stay quiet. Shannon Sharpe refused to stay quiet. He released a statement. He also released some text messages that he screen captured. He's alleging that she sent him. There's one text message in question that's probably going to hem him up on top of this phone conversation that we heard. TMZ, they know drama. They actually released the audio portion of this. And also, Shannon Sharpe is thinking that there's going to be an X tape released by Tony Bugsby and his representative team, as well as this lady. He feels like this is coming, and he also feels like this is going to be it's going to be clipped. It's not going to show the full video. She's going to show a portion of the video. So when you got all these factors pointing in, plus the optics of it, plus on top of that, Shannon Sharpe is no stranger to this, because like it was like what 6-7 months ago, he accidentally hit the Instagram live button, and his whole "What's up? How you doing, sir? Pat, how you doing, sir?" Because I'm doing swell. So when you got all these factors putting in with the Instagram live, where you hearing his afternoon delights, plus on top of he's already got a checkered past on issues like this. All I can say to Shannon Sharpe is this, okay? I don't care if it's a shakedown, you graped her down, hand me down, Shannon in 5. Shannon in 5. Okay? And man, there's a lot of stuff in that text message I didn't read. I read most of it. Yeah, all right, okay. I read most of it. I didn't read all of it, but there's one message in question. And she's having a conversation with Shannon Sharpe, and she's basically saying that she wanted, when they was performing their adult activities, she didn't want Shannon Sharpe to go up in her buttocks without using some type of protection. She's claiming Shannon Sharpe refused that and went on and did it anyway. And she basically said, "I love you too." Man, hope JD Vance visits India. I hope so too. Okay? I don't know if you want to see JD Vance, but hey, it is what it is. But back to the story at hand. So basically, she requested Shannon Sharpe to do that. Shannon Sharpe said no. So she basically said no to the whole ordeal. But she's accusing that Shannon Sharpe did it anyway with no protection. And she said at the bottom of this text message, no means no, Shannon. And that's, when you got that, and Shannon Sharpe released this. Shannon Sharpe released this, not her. Shannon Sharpe released this. On top of the audio portion where he's saying that he wants to choke her out. Man, that's not a good look. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. All right, I'm back. So yeah, all that stuff is not a good look. It's not a good look for him. And I don't know if y'all follow Stephen A. Smith, but basically, Stephen A. Smith. Huh? Okay, so I'm listening to somebody else. So all of when you say all that, I lost my train of thought. Okay, give me a second. So I don't know if y'all saw Stephen A. Smith, but Stephen A. Smith on his channel basically said that, "Hey yo, I don't know what Shannon Sharpe was thinking when he released those text messages. It doesn't look good." He also said that, he's not the boss at ESPN, but he's saying that the powers that be are looking very, very closely to what's going on with Shannon Sharpe. And, he said some things. He said a lot of things that I don't think people are paying attention. From what I gathered, it sounds like to me, Shannon Sharpe, his days are numbered at ESPN. Because we all know ESPN is a family-run organization. They squeaky clean. It was bad enough he had that issue with the alleged accidentally on Instagram Live. They kind of, looked a blind eye away from that. And then now you got this. It's just not looking good for Shannon Sharpe. And also yesterday from her legal team that Shannon did try to offer $10 million to the accuser to just make this go away. And I don't know if she's getting advice from Tony Bugsby. I don't know if she's using her own advice, but apparently, even though $10 million, that's a lot of money. That's a whole lot of money. Whole lot of money. Whole lot of money to me. Whole lot of money to you. There's a whole lot of money out there for anybody. But to her, she's thinking, why, settle for 10 when I can do 50 million? And see, a lot of people are saying, well, why she's not going to police? Why she's not making this a criminal matter? All right. Why she's already going straight to making a civil matter? Because in civil court, it's much easier to prove your case. You don't need the testimony of this, that, and the third. It's your word versus their word. Now, of course, you're going to have testimony from both sides. You're going to have evidence from both sides. But it's easier, particularly in these situations, it's easier for her to win a civil case than to go to do a criminal case. And like I said yesterday, a criminal case is not, it's going to be delayed. It's going to be postponed. And 5 or 6 years later, now we're talking about this. And by then, she probably would have settled. Tony Bugsby would have definitely settled. Okay. Because even if you find him innocent or guilty, once you're done with the criminal side of things, now you're going to, take him to civil. So that's why I said yesterday, that's probably the route she's going to take. She's making it a civil matter. All right. And like I said, if you listen to that Stephen A. Smith interview, it doesn't look good for Shannon Sharpe. His job is definitely on the line. He was, bragging and boasting about on the verge of signing this $100+ million deal for his podcast club Shay Shay and Nightcap. And one will have to assume that deal is postponed. And if he's found, if this, it's not a guilty thing, but if this, makes him look bad and it sullies his reputation and, he gets fired from ESPN, I don't know who's giving him this $100+ million negotiation. I don't know if it's the volume or it might be a competing media company that wants the services of Shannon Sharpe. All that's in question. Obviously, the sponsors, what little sponsors he had before he had the incident of accidentally going on Instagram Live, he done all those sponsors. Most of those sponsors are gone. There's a few that stayed with them, but I don't see any sponsors messing with him after this. Okay, giving him another chance. So I don't know. Sponsorship wise, I think all of them are going away. Like I said yesterday, I don't think he's going to lose a lot of subscribers from either of his YouTube channels. It's really not subscribers, it's viewership. It's how many people watching your content. And it doesn't matter if those people are subscribed to your content or not. As long as you're getting engagement, you're getting engagement. I don't know if Google is going to feature both of his platforms on their channel, on YouTube. I don't know if that's going to happen. Okay, so a lot of things could ultimately affect Shannon Sharpe in the worst way. Okay, and that's why I feel like Shannon Sharpe had no choice but to, hey, let me just settle this out of court. All right, let's just settle this matter. You go your way, I go my way. But yeah, I mean, this does not look good for Shannon Sharpe. You thought it was, Shannon Sharpe can skill, but skill. He can do all that until the cows come home. It doesn't matter. All right. He's probably, and I forgot the accuser's name, but it's like this, dog. For real, dog. And, let's chop it up as adults. All right. For you to be 60 and for her to be 19, and even though it's consensual, all right, don't you think Shannon Sharpe, don't you think the optics of it look bad? Don't you think, even if y'all had a healthy relationship, you don't see this being an issue with your sponsors? You don't see this being an issue with ESPN, your podcast, being able to get guests on a consistent basis for you to interview them? You don't see this being slightly an issue. Okay. And two, Shannon Sharpe's damn near pushing 60. He has a daughter that's older than this girl. Shannon Sharpe, ask yourself this. Would you allow an older man to have a relationship with your daughter? Let's say if the roles were reversed and there was some older man who was 60 messing around with your daughter, even though your daughter is, I believe his daughter is over 20. Still, you want the best intentions for your children, and that 60-year-old man is not appreciative or appreciate your daughter in that relationship. He views your daughter as an object. He views your daughter as a pleasure toy. You know that. So, Shannon, what do you think her parents are thinking about you? You up here in a relationship with a 19-year-old girl. I mean, y'all started knowing each other at 19. I'm back. What's up, Chris? I'm glad you back. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. But it's just not a good look. It's not a good look. All right. And you can go, and there's reports out there that they had role play at her house and at his house. And Monique said it best. Shannon Sharpe should have been in a relationship with someone who's much older and much mature. All right, but Shannon Sharpe wants to chase all these OnlyFans girls. Which, by the way, I don't think that's a good look, to throwing her business out there in the street that she's an OnlyFans model. Because if you're gonna do that, then why you didn't throw it out in the street when times were good, when you was getting your way? You was keeping this whole relationship on the DL. Okay, pause. No one knew that you was messing with this girl in the first place. All right. Now this stuff comes out. Now you're saying to yourself, well, she gonna blow my spot up. I'm gonna blow her spot up. Okay. And I've seen the girl. She's average. I'm not judging. I don't see what he saw in her, but hey, he likes it. I love it. That's all I can say about that. But Shannon Sharpe has a history of not only fumbling his own bag. He doesn't fumble his own bag. He just destroys his own bag. He does that every single time. When he gets success, he figures out a way to mess up his success. Shannon Sharpe is his own worst enemy. Okay? And hey, man, you got to say to yourself, you got to ask yourself, man, why you associating yourself with someone who, even though she's old enough to vote, she's old enough to drink, she's old enough to smoke, all that is true. She's old enough to join the military. Okay, but you are much older and you are very experienced. You're very seasonal. So you can manipulate things to your advantage if you continue to have a relationship with this girl. And probably in the beginning, as long as you kept giving her Berkeley bags and giving her money, giving her cars and things of that nature, in the beginning, she was okay with it. All right. But when the relationship, and there was a point in the relationship, she knew that this is all she's going to get out of this relationship. And she knew that she's probably going to be replaced by someone else that's much younger than her. She knew it was only a matter of time. So, and she probably got manipulated, and probably because she's young, she's not seasoned enough, she's not experienced enough. She just thinks this is how relationships go. But like that old adage, a fool and his money will soon fall apart. Okay? And Shannon Sharpe, I mean, damn, dude. I mean, you think Shannon Sharpe would have a lot of common sense to even, messing with a woman like that. You said she's an OnlyFans model. And you said you met her at the gym. I highly doubt that. He probably subscribed to her OnlyFans account, have DM'd her numerous times, and she gave him a chance because she knew Google's your friend. All you gotta do is type in Shannon Sharpe, and then you know all about this guy. You know he once played in the NFL. You know that he once worked at Fox Sports 1. He now works at ESPN. He's on First Take Mondays and Tuesdays. He has a very successful podcast, Club Shay Shay. He also has a very successful nightly show called Nightcap. And when you see all that, you also see how much money he's earning. Okay, information, you can access information a lot quicker. All right, and she's putting two and two together. Like, this man is a made man. This man is going to take care of me. If this man's is gonna put me in a better position than someone that's her age. And in the beginning, she was cool with what he wanted. She knew that he was a freak when she first met him, because they met on OnlyFans. Shannon Sharpe going like, "Hey, I'm gonna put some of that gravy in you. I'm gonna freebase you. I'm gonna put that, yeah, Michelle, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna put that banana in your ear. I'm freaky like that. I'm a freaky freak. Yeah, skill, skip these nuts in your mouth. Yeah, yeah." And in the beginning, she's cool with it. She knew, in the beginning, it was kind of, she could kindly, both of them were manipulating each other to get what they wanted. He wanted a young thing that, he can call on anytime he wants that old feeling back. And she was manipulating him because he was taking care of her bills, giving her money, yada, yada, yada. Okay? But there's a point, and I guarantee you there was a breaking point, and it's probably something that he has said, and you can tell that they were probably arguing a lot. And she probably said to herself, "Wait a minute, I need to protect myself here, because he may leave me, and then all this luxury that I'm accustomed of, that I'm used to, it's going to be gone. So I need to protect myself to make sure this lifestyle is going to be maintained." All right, and I guarantee you her DMs on OnlyFans are dried up. I guarantee you there's not another man that can do what Shannon Sharpe is doing. Okay, like that old adage, a fool and his money will soon fall apart. And this looks extremely bad for Shannon Sharpe. Now, if anything else goes down, if anything else comes out, like if there's a clip of a X tape that comes out today, first and foremost, Shannon Sharpe, why did you allow her to record you with your freaky sex acts? Why would you? What were you thinking? And then you admit yesterday that she's got the full copy. You don't even have a copy of it. Why would you let her record both of y'all in these activities, these adult activities? That's not going to look good in the public's eye. I don't care how you explain it. You can explain it away. You can explain it to your favor. I don't care how it's not a good look. It's not a good look at all. But yeah, so I kind of wanted to go on live with you guys, share with you guys what has been going on with Shannon Sharpe. And, word around the campfire is, and, Stephen A. Smith, if you go to his YouTube channel, he's pretty much saying it's not up for him to decide. It's the bosses. And they're looking closely at this. They're looking very closely at this. So, hey, I don't know what Shannon Sharpe was thinking, but hey, it is what it is. All right? It is what it is. So, yeah, I'm just going to end this live right here. That's all I got for you guys. First and foremost, before I leave, first I'd like to thank everyone out there who's been paying attention to my content. I've been consistently uploading content for the past couple of weeks. All forms of content. I've been doing shorts, done videos, have done multiple lives. And I appreciate everyone who been a part of that viewership. I'd like to also thank everyone who has been subscribing to my YouTube channel. I've been looking at my analytics. A lot of you guys are subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'd like to thank you for doing that as well. Okay. If you guys want me to do something different, comment in the comment section. Tell me what you like, or go on my community page. Matter of fact, I'm going to go on my community page. I'm going to type in a message and, comment in the community page what else you guys want me to do. So one person recommended, I think it was last week, he wanted me to do more anime content around anime. I'm not a huge anime fan. I checked out some anime recently. I don't think I'm going to be a real big fan of anime. Okay, because I wasn't an anime fan to begin with. But I appreciate the suggestion. As long as you guys giving me suggestions, I'm cool with it. All right. So yeah, I'm about to roll up out of here because I gotta get ready. I got a business affair that I need to take care of around 1 o'clock. It's early enough for me to still be able to take care of that and do this, but I kind of want to just chill and get ready for that. Okay, so yeah, I like to appreciate everyone that has been paying attention to my live. I'm gonna stay on for like a couple of more minutes, see what's going on with you guys. I can't pronounce this name, and you commented, you said something. I don't know what that is. Hello, Mayo. How you doing? I appreciate the love, dog. Think again. Love you too. Okay. Chris said he's back. I appreciate you being back, supporting my page. I like all of y'all. Okay. So yeah, I'm about to wrap it up in the next 10 seconds. I won't be doing back-to-back lives because, like I said, I got a prior engagement that I'm gonna have to do. So I'm up out of here. I'll talk to you guys later. It's your boy, the host with the most. I do not brag or boast, and I'm coming to you guys live from coast to coast. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Dot One. Feel free to hit the subscription button and notification bell. Share this content in this live stream with your friends, family, and followers. If you want to further support the channel, hit the join membership button. Super chats, super stickers are important, but it's optional. It's optional. And I'm up out of here, my friends. I'll talk to you guys later.